Have you noticed there's a lot of disagreement right now in the Kansas legislature about K-12 education in Kansas? Funding set a record last year at $13,600 per pupil, and another billion-dollar increase is planned. Governor Laura Kelly says schools still need more money, while others, like Senate President Susan Weigel, says decades of school litigation and costly court rulings on education may eventually bankrupt the state. She says additional funds could result in property, sales, or income tax hikes for Kansas taxpayers. Historically, how have the continued increased costs in K-12 helped our students in Kansas? Isn't that the question we should be asking? With two sides to any argument, it's best to start with the facts. So let's take a quick look at some historical data comparing spending and student performance. The orange line shows what spending would be if it had been increased for inflation since 1998. Spending would have increased from about $7,000 per pupil to about $10,000. But the green line shows spending actually grew from $7,000 to a little over $13,000. The red and blue lines reflect reading proficiency levels for Kansas students on the National Assessment of Educational Progress, or the NAEP. Here, we see proficiency barely changed, going from 35% to 37%. You might be thinking, well, maybe achievement didn't increase because schools were underfunded. But you know what? 9 states got better results than Kansas on that NAEP test and spent less than Kansas. And 5 other states got about the same results while spending a lot less than Kansas. So what do you think? Why is it that school funding is the only thing being debated? Resolving the student achievement problem is the real crisis in our schools. Fortunately, that can be done without spending more. Go to kansaspolicy.org and check out our Policy Solutions page. Stay informed and get involved by subscribing to our weekly newsletter at kansaspolicy.org.